The grandfather paradox. What happens if you kill your grandpa before your mom was born? Picture this. You step through a glowing portal, land in 1950, and accidentally or not take out your granddad. If he's gone, you were never born. So how are you standing there with a smoking gun? This brainbuster, called the grandfather paradox, is time travel's biggest headache. It suggests changing the past creates a contradiction. Your existence depends on events you just erased. One theory, the Novikov self-consistency principle, says the universe stops you, maybe the gun jams or grandpa ducks. Another idea? You create a parallel universe where you're never born, but the original timeline chugs along. Fun fact, physicist Stephen Hawking once threw a time traveler party, sending invites after the event. No one showed up. In 2025, X posts debate if quantum mechanics could solve this, with some claiming time travel is self-correcting. Would you risk zapping back to test it? The Bootstrap Paradox. Ever wonder where a time traveler's info comes from? Imagine you give Shakespeare a copy of Hamlet in 1599, and he publishes it as his own. Centuries later, you read Hamlet, travel back, and give it to him. So, who wrote the play? This is the Bootstrap Paradox. Information or objects looping through time with no clear origin. It's like a song stuck in a cosmic playlist, no creator, just endless repeats. Some physicists argue these loops are stable, part of a closed time-like curve, while others say they defy logic, suggesting time travel might be impossible. Fun fact, in the movie Predestination, a character's entire life is a bootstrap loop born from their own time-traveling actions. X users in 2025 love debating this with memes of self-made time machines. Could you handle a world where your favorite book has no author? Parallel universes or fixed timeline? What if every choice spawns a new reality? Time travel theories split on this. Does the past stay fixed, or do your actions birth new universes? The many worlds interpretation says every change, like stepping on a 1700s butterfly, creates a parallel timeline where history diverges. Kill Hitler? You just made a universe where World War II never happened, but your original world stays unchanged. The fixed timeline view, though, insists you were always part of the past. Your attempt to kill Hitler fails because history already accounts for you. Fun fact, quantum experiments in 2025, shared on X, show particles behaving as if they know future events, hinting at fixed timelines. But parallel universes sound cooler. Imagine infinite versions of you arguing over this video. Which do you buy? One rigid timeline or a multiverse of chaos? Time dilation's mind bend. Ever thought time could stretch like taffy? Einstein's relativity says time slows for objects moving near light speed or in strong gravity. Picture an astronaut zooming at 99% light speed for a year. When she returns, decades have passed on Earth, but she's barely aged. This isn't sci-fi. It's time dilation, proven by experiments with atomic clocks on jets. In 2025, NASA's X posts about black hole missions sparked debates. A minute near a black hole equals years back home. But here's the confusing part. To the astronaut, time feels normal. She doesn't notice the stretch. So, is time travel just a matter of speed, or do you need a wormhole to jump years? Fun fact, GPS satellites adjust for time dilation daily, or your maps would be off by miles. Would you board a ship knowing you'd outlive everyone you love? The Fermi Paradox connection. Where are all the time travelers? The Fermi Paradox asks why we haven't seen aliens, but it also messes with time travel. If future humans invent time machines, why aren't they popping up at Comic-Con or posting selfies on X? One theory, time travel is impossible, or we'd see tourists from 3025 snapping pics with dinosaurs. Another idea? They're here but invisible, following strict don't mess with history rules. Or maybe humanity never survives long enough to invent a cheery thought. Fun fact, a 2018 study suggested time travelers might leave quantum fingerprints in data, and physicists are hunting for them in 2025. X users joke about spotting time travelers in old photos, like that 1940s guy with a smartphone. Would you believe a stranger claiming they're from the future? Wormholes and cosmic shortcuts. Could a tunnel in space fling you to 1800? Wormholes, theoretical tunnels linking distant points in space-time, are time travel's VIP pass. Einstein's equations allow them, but they'd need exotic matter stuff with negative mass to stay open. Here's the catch. Even if you find one, navigating it could shred you into subatomic confetti or trap you in a time loop. In 2025, X buzzes with theories about wormholes near black holes, fueled by new telescope data. Some say a stable wormhole could let you visit Cleopatra, but you'd need a spaceship tougher than anything we've got. Fun fact, physicist Kip Thorne designed a realistic wormhole for the movie Interstellar, based on real math. Would you dive into a cosmic tunnel with no guarantee of coming back? The block universe problem. What if past, present, and future all exist at once? The block universe theory says time is like a 4D loaf of bread. Every moment, from the Big Bang to your last TikTok, is a fixed slice. Time travel, then, is just moving to another slice, but you can't change it because it's already baked. Confusing bit, your free will might be an illusion, since every choice is preset in the block. Physicists in 2025 debate this on X, with some saying quantum experiments support it, while others call it a cosmic prison. Fun fact, this theory inspired Arrival's aliens, who see all time simultaneously. If everything's fixed, time travel might feel like watching a movie you can't edit. Could you live knowing your future's already written? The energy cost of time travel. Ever wonder what it takes to power a time machine? Theoretical models, like those for wormholes, demand insane energy. Think the output of a star or a black hole's worth of juice. In 2025, X posts hype quantum batteries as a potential key, but we're centuries away from that tech. Even simpler time travel ideas, like Tipler cylinders spinning objects that twist space-time, require materials denser than neutron stars. The catch? Building one could collapse Earth into a singularity. Fun fact, a 1974 paper calculated a time machine would need more energy than the entire Milky Way produces. So, time travel might be possible but bankrupt the universe's power grid. Would you flip the switch if it risked a cosmic blackout? The ethics of meddling. Should you change the past if you could? Say you travel to 1914 and stop World War I. Sounds noble, right? But what if that alters history so penicillin's never discovered, or your best friend's never born? Time travel's ethical minefield asks, who decides what's worth changing? Some theories say the universe self-corrects, like a rubber band snapping back, but others warn of butterfly effect. Step on a bug. And 2025 is a dystopia. In 2025, X debates rage about whether time travelers should be cops or rebels. Fun fact, sci-fi writer Ray Bradbury's A Sound of Thunder nailed this, with a crushed butterfly rewriting history. Would you mess with the past knowing one slip could erase you? The psychological toll. Could your brain survive a time jump? Imagine landing in 1850, surrounded by horse carriages and no Wi-Fi. Psychologists warn time travel could fry your mental health. Culture shock, isolation, and the stress of knowing the future could cause PTSD. If you're stuck in a loop, like Groundhog Day, you might lose your grip on reality. In 2025, X users share fan theories about time travelers going mad, citing old photos of out-of-place people. Fun fact, a 2019 study on astronauts showed time dilation messes with perception, hinting at what time travelers might face. Your brain's wired for now. Could it handle then? Call to action. Which time travel puzzle blew your mind the most? The grandfather paradox, wormholes, or the idea your future's already set? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you hop in a time machine tomorrow? Smash that subscribe button for more brain-bending mysteries, and share this with your friends to spark a time-warping debate. Let's keep unraveling the wildest secrets of time travel together.